on WhatsApp, just like that. If something happens to my computer, at least they're in the WhatsApp.
That's true, Mataji.
We never know these computers, Mataji.
Yay, it's starting up. Okay.
Yeah, awesome, Mataji.
Linda.
We got the link also. Control C copy. Got the link.
We got a minute more and then we'll get started. So we have Suraj, Karthik, Darthi, Himali, and Branga. Okay. Karthik, Darthi. Switch on the lights.
I think Karthik is a new kid. His mom contacted me today.
Oh, okay.
This is
Yeah.
part of the class. I'll join the classes. I'll do the icebreaker.
Yeah.
I do everything.
Yeah, he just joined today only our WhatsApp group. I think, yeah,
Mommy,
he
can
joined
you
today
pick
only
up
our
the
WhatsApp
computer
group.
so I can join the class properly.
What is that?
Yeah, Mataji Karthik, today only he joined our WhatsApp group. His mother contacted me. So they got into the group. Yeah, today is the first class for him.
So, Karthik, can I ask you some questions?
I think it's a girl or boy. Once again.
Karthik, I'm pretty sure Karthik's a boy, and I'm not sure if he's of age to be in Madhava.
Mataji, it's a girl. It's girl. Yeah, 11-year-old. Yeah, will soon be 12.
Karthik. Very nice, Karthika. So let me see, let me ask you a few questions just to make sure that you're familiar with stuff here. So, so you're exposed to Srila Prabhupada's books, right? Yes, no. You can unmute and speak. Yes. You want to unmute, Karthika? You don't want to unmute? Okay. So basically, these classes, they will be a lot of self-learning. We'll have some brainstorming sessions, and then we have some group activity, which you will be working with other kids. You'll form teams and you'll come up with content. Oh, your mic is your mic working? Rejoin. Yeah, that's Suraj. Yeah, Karthika, you want to check your mic because you are on mute, but we can't hear you at all. We want to talk to you because this is going to be a very interactive session where you'll have to talk a lot.
Okay.
Okay, great.
Mataji, maybe she has to join again because
Yeah,
maybe.
I think she just responded, right? Is that her?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
cool. So how do I call you? I call you Karthik or Karthika? What's your name?
Karthik.
Karthik. Okay, very nice. So, so it will be an interactive session. You will first have some brainstorming session. And then after that, we'll split you into groups. We'll do a breakout room and we'll give you a task to perform. So you'll be working in coordination with the rest of your team members, and you will come up with a solution to the task. and we can share it with the main group once the task time is over. And then we have a conclusion at the end. So this is how these sessions are. They are mainly based on research. You should be a little familiar with accessing Prabhupada's books like maybe Srimad Bhagavatam or Bhagavad Gita as needed. If you can make a quick, review on Veda base, because it'll all be on the computer. You might not really need books, but if you are a little familiar with the Veda base, these sessions are very easy. But not every session will have research on Veda base. Many sessions are mostly just some generic knowledge. Okay. And can be real life experiences. It can be what you experience at school. It can be many things. So overall, at the end of the session, you will not only gain some scriptural knowledge, you will also be having sessions on personality development, reassessing your skills that you have gathered through these years. So it's going to be a lot of fun. It'll be a very, very different class than the typical Katha kind of classes.
Okay.
Perfect. Okay, so I'll get the screen share started. Okay, so before we get into the subject matter for today, I want to tell you the series that we are currently having is called as the Life of Great Devotees. So we are assessing the life of great devotees, how they have interacted with other devotees, how they have behaved under different circumstances, and all of their lives are studied from Srimad Bhagavatam. So we have seen the lives of several devotees like Parikshit Maharaj, Yudhishthir Maharaj, and Shukadev Goswami, Suta Goswami. Like that, we have seen the lives of many of these devotees. We have seen the life of Kunti Maharani and others. But I don't know if you've seen the life of Kunti. Maybe yes, I don't remember. But anyhow, at this point in time, this is session 10. And we are doing the life of Narada Muni. Okay, I don't think we have gone to Kunti yet. We have seen the life of Vyasadeva. I don't think we have done Kunti. So we stopped at Narada Muni. And because Narada is a very, very big topic and his story spans through the entire Srimad Bhagavatam, so we are going to do several sessions on Narada Muni. We are going Narada with every devotee possible. So we already saw the story of Narada and Vyasa, and then Narada and Brahma, and now we are doing the series of the storyline between Narada and Dhruva Maharaj. And this is our third session on the interaction between Narada and Dhruva. Okay, now. So let's get started for today. And this is going to be a very generic class. It's not a scripture-based class. So this is going to be a lot of fun. You will learn a lot of things. So you all have studied a lot of history, right, in your school. I'm assuming, I don't know what kind of history you have in your textbook because I'm not exposed to American textbooks, but then I'm assuming you would have some knowledge of rivers and civilizations.
Yes.
Right. Okay, great. Okay, so now here comes your icebreaker or brainstormer session. Everybody will take turns and express what they know. So everyone can raise hands and take turns and go ahead. Rivers and civilization. So can you name any of the civilizations, ancient civilizations that were born and that survived around rivers? You can just name a few. Try not to repeat the same name because we want as many names as possible. Hari Priya.
So in like the Middle East, there was I forgot what it was called already. I just learned about it in school, but it was centered around the Tigris and Euphrates River, and we also learned about like the civilization in China that was centered around the Huanghe River. Oh, I remember what the Middle East one was called.
Okay,
It was
go for only
Mesopotamia.
one. Okay, go for only one because everyone get a turn. Yeah, go ahead. Start. Choose one. Yes, Hari Priya. She got dropped off.
Sri Krishna Mataji, can I say one?
Yes, dear. Yes, Suraj. Is that Suraj? Okay, Suraj can start. Then we'll go and we'll take turns of people who have raised hand. Suraj, yes.
Yes, so a river that was flowing from the Himalayas, the Indus River that came and that flowed from all the way into the Pakistan. Okay, and that's where the early Harappan and Mohenjo-daro started.
Wow, a lot of Indian history. So, what is the civilization called?
The Indus Valley Civilization.
Excellent. Yeah, major part of ancient India is centered around the Indus Valley civilization. Very nice, very nicely stated. It flows all the way from Himalayas. The Indus River flows through Pakistan and India, and the civilization, the Sindh, right? The Sindh area. And then around that period and that around, I mean, around that region, developed the Indus Valley civilization. Very nice.
There's
Good job.
also another civilization
Don't
down
let-
south,
let-
but that's different.
Okay, let the rest of them get turns because I don't think they'll get enough civilizations to say. But if they haven't mentioned it, we'll come back to you, Suraj. Okay. So Smriti. Smriti. So I think Haripriya said Middle East was Mesopotamia. Mesopotamia. What is that?
Mesopotamia.
Mesopotamian civilization. Okay, good. And Haripriya, before I go ahead with Smriti, can you tell me something about Mesopotamia civilization?
Like the rivers or anything else?
No, just
Mataji, you can call it ancient Sumer.
okay, Sumeru civilization. That's Sumer civilization. Okay, I want you to tell me something like what Suraj said, like where the river originated and what do you know about it? Just a few lines about the civilization.
Um, well, it was centered around two rivers, the Tigris River and the Euphrates River. And there was like this, the reason they picked that area is because there was this area of land called the Fertile Crescent, which in which like things were very fertile.
Mhm. And which are the current regions around the Tigris and the Euphrates River? Is it? Is that what you said?
Um, I completely forgot everything I learned in school, but
Mm.
1 second. I'll see where it is.
So
It
it's
it discharges into the Persian Gulf. It's around Turkey, Syria, and Iraq.
Turkey, Syria, and Iraq. Very nice. Interesting. Good. Smriti.
Mataji, with like the ancient Egyptians and the Nile River, their
Nile River.
thing was like Muslim.
Yeah, Nile River, the ancient Egyptian civilization, and River Nile is it's still flowing there, and a lot of Egypt. I think which are the regions in Egypt, Smriti, that developed around this area? Ethiopia or which one?
Oh, it's just Egypt.
Was it Smriti?
I don't remember Mataji.
Okay, ancient Egypt. Okay,
Mataji, I know, it's just Egypt.
yeah, but Egypt, there should be some. Oh, it's just Egypt. Okay,
Yeah, that's it.
okay, nice. Then who's next? Tulsi Manjari has raised hand. Tulsi Manjari.
Yes, Mataji. So the Amazon River, it
Yeah.
it originated in the Andes Mountains of Peru, and it like flows through the countries of like South America,
Yeah, and it's
and
got its own civilization.
and the like Mayans and Aztecs live around that river in that area.
Mayans and Aztecs. Yes, very famous South American civilization, the Mayan civilization. Yeah, a lot of the native South Americans or Native Americans, they are all a part of that civilization. Yeah, very nice, the Mayan civilization. Anything else anyone remembers? Okay, anyone wanted to repeat what was already said in a different way, like same civilization, you have other facts to add to it?
Mataji, I remember I had some more to say.
What is it, Suraj? Tell me.
Yeah, so there's also a few more. The Chinese one, I remember, as someone said, there were actually more than one. Okay, there were actually lots. They had like villages around the thing,
Yeah.
around the river. Okay, and then like finally there was this guy who conquered everything, and
Mm.
like that's the and then there was the first Chinese dynasty, the Shang, I think.
Mhm.
Okay, so well, there was the Shang dynasty, and yeah, and then also in there were also many civilizations in America, and like right near like Florida. Florida was like the most nice civilization. There was a bay instead of a river, so there were people who lived around there.
Mm. Very nice. Mm. Yeah, nice, interesting, Suraj. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Yes. So a lot of these
Mataji ke baare mein daase.
Yes, Balavranda.
I don't know if I'm saying right, but in between Texas and Mexico, there's a river, Rio Grande,
Mm.
and it's between the Mexico and Texas.
Interesting. Very nice. Thanks, Balavranda. So which was the civilization you mentioned in China? What was the name of the civilization? Who was the one who mentioned this? Chinmay or who?
I don't exactly remember. Let me just go into the participants.
I think there was like 2 rivers in China that also had civilizations.
What are the names?
I'm not sure if it's 2 rivers though. It's like
Okay, what are
Well, one of them was like the Yellow River, I think.
oh
I
yeah,
do
the
not know
Yellow
how to
River.
pronounce like the Chinese name, so
Yeah. So what was the name of the civilization?
I
think it
don't
was named after the
remember.
river.
Huh?
I remember studying that it was just named after the river.
It was, sorry, it was the Shang dynasty.
Shang dynasty. Yeah, that was Tulsi Manjari who said that, right?
No,
Yeah.
that was me.
Oh, okay. That was you too. Yes. Yes, yes. Okay, very nice. So you all know a lot of interesting facts from history. Now let me ask you another question. Why do you think these civilizations blossomed around rivers? Why did they grow and why did they sustain around rivers? Yes, Karthik.
Because with the river, oftentimes when a river floods, there's soil left over that's fertile soil, good for growing, and the river helps with washing and drinking water.
Exactly. So the river helps with fertile soil. You can grow crops. It also helps with washing and drinking water because water is very key in survival. Right? So rivers are extremely important. So having understood the importance of rivers, do you think these rivers are worshipable? Yes, no, any honest answers?
Yes.
Yes, they are, right? Because imagine they have sustained civilization, they've given life. And this has been there since time immemorial. It's not something that is just today, right? Today we say the Ganges and the Yamuna are worshipable, and we have Mother Ganges, Mother Yamuna, Mother Kaveri, Mother Narmada, right? All these holy rivers that have sustained lives. The rivers are a very, very key, important factor for sustaining life and civilization. So let's see what the Bhagavatam has to say. So, a quick, um, yeah, a quick review of what we have done so far. We are seeing the incident of Dhruva Maharaj meeting Narada Muni. Narada Muni told Dhruva that you're too young, it's time to play. You shouldn't be doing austerities. The reason Dhruva came to the forest is that he was very hurt by the words of his stepmother, Suruchi, who told him that you cannot sit on your father's lap and you have to take birth in my womb to attain the status of even sitting on your father's lap. So Dhruva Maharaj was very, very hurt. He decided to go to the forest based on the suggestion given by his mother to find Lord Narayan. And when he comes to the forest with great determination, Narada Muni encounters him, and Narada Muni tells him, "My dear child, you're too young. You're just 5 years old. So why don't you go home and go and play? And why do you have such lofty aspirations?" So like this, when Narada Muni advised Dhruva, Dhruva was not in a position to take the advice. He gently refused the suggestion. Though he was respectful, he said a firm no. He said, "No, my dear Narada, if at all you want to help me, if at all you want to give me a benediction, show me the way that I may reach an exalted position, a position that is more exalted and not achieved by anyone in the three worlds. This post or this planet that I should attain, this position that I should attain should be greater than what my grandfather holds." So his aspiration was really, really high, very lofty. And he told Narada Muni that if you really want to help me out and give me a benediction, give me the way and give me an advice for for me to find or attain my goal in an honest path. Remember, we were highlighting on this honest path, and you all did a group task of finding devotees who took an honest method of attaining their material and spiritual aspirations. And the other team did people who did not follow an honest method, who in fact exploited others to achieve their goal, be it spiritual or material. So that was the group task that you all did, and I hope you remember your group tasks. So this was what we did in the previous class, but then let's see what happens after that. Okay, so Narada Muni was very impressed with Dhruva's request. Narada Muni felt Dhruva is actually being very honest. He's telling, okay, tell me a proper way so that I may attain my material aspirations. He was open that he had material aspirations. So Narada Muni did not detest from giving him a solution. So Narada Muni told him that actually, if any person desires anything from dharma, artha, kama, or moksha, it can be anything. Maybe it is principles of religiosity, maybe it is economic development or sense gratification, or even liberation. Whatever your desire may be, the only thing that you should be doing is you should engage in devotional service towards the Supreme Lord, because only the Supreme Lord can fulfill all your desires. Okay, he tells him the methodology. And after that, he trains him in the different steps of doing the austerities, doing the devotional service, doing worship, meditating on the Lord. And he helps Dhruva attain perfection within a few days. Okay, so now within a few months, rather 6 months or something, within a few months. So now Narada Muni, he tells, first and foremost thing is that before you start your process of devotional service, you should go to the bank of the river Yamuna. In the banks of the river Yamuna, there is a very beautiful forest by the name Madhuvan. Where is this Madhuvan? Any guesses? Anybody? Have you heard of Madhuvan? You can feel free to guess.
Is it on the other side of Yamuna?
Yeah, it is on the side of Yamuna, but it is a part of what? Yes, Haripriya.
Isn't it one of the 12 forests of Vrindavan?
It is one of the 12 forests of Vrindavan. Correct, Suraj, you're also right. It is on the banks of the river Yamuna, and it is one among the 12 forests of Vrindavan. So you all read a lot of Krishna Leela, and you know that Vrindavan is a collection of 12 forests. So one of the forests is Madhuvan. This is a place where the footprints of the Supreme Lord are permanently marked this region. So Narada Muni tells, I wish you all good fortune. You should go to the bank of the river Yamuna, where there is a virtuous forest by the name Madhuvan, and there, that place is very, very pious or very, very pure. So by going there, just by going there and staying there for a while, you'll become very close to the Lord. Just by going there, one draws nearer to the Supreme Personality of Godhead who always lives there. So you all know Krishna never leaves Vrindavan. He permanently stays in Vrindavan. So anyone who just goes to Yamuna, who goes near Vrindavan, becomes very dear to the Lord. So this is what Narada Muni is telling. So he says the waters of the river Yamuna, which is also known as Kalindi. What is the meaning of Kalindi? Actually, Kali means what? Anybody? What is Kali?
Doesn't that mean like, I think it's either time or black.
Black, yes, it is black. So the waters of river Yamuna, they are blackish in color. The waters of the river Ganges are whitish in color. And the waters of river Saraswati is greenish in color. So you can see in Sangam, when the three rivers merge at one point in one place, there you will see Triveni Sangam, it is called. You'll see the three different colors mixing together. You'll see white Ganges, you will see blackish Yamuna, and then greenish Saraswati, who's Antarvahini, who comes from inside. So the three of them, they merge together in Triveni Sangam in India. So you can see these three distinct colors. So Yamuna is Kalindi, is blackish. So he says, you go there. You know why Yamuna is blackish? Anybody? Yeah, Karthik.
Is it because when people bathe in it, they bathe off their sins and all the sins collect and make the black color?
Yeah, why not? Yes, definitely, yes. Another reason, like bathing, that was a good point. Who actually bathed first? I mean, who's known? Yeah, Krishna, right? Krishna is also blackish. Kalindi is also blackish. Yeah, that is that. Anyway, so he says, my dear boy, the waters of the river Yamuna, which is known as Kalindi, you should take bath there 3 times a day. That water is very, very auspicious. It is sacred and clear. After bathing, you should perform the necessary regulative principles for Ashtanga Yoga in a calm and quiet place. Okay, so he gives instructions that you should go to this pious river by the name Kalindi, and that is where Lord Krishna actually has a capital, and it is a very ancient town. Even before Dhruva Maharaj, it's not that this the town of Mathura or Madhuban or this region became popular only because of Krishna. Krishna's pastimes are happening again and again in every day of Brahma. Besides that, even before Krishna incarnated in that particular day of Brahma, even before that, this town was a very pious place because of the flow of river Yamuna there. Madhuvan has always been pious. Okay. Even Ambarish Maharaj, he also goes there, and he goes to the banks of the river Yamuna, and he performs austerities. So this Mathura, Madhuvan, all of these are there since time immemorial, like we were talking about ancient civilizations, right? So these rivers, they have flourished. They have flourished. These different cities and towns that have been surviving for several centuries or several ages. So he's told, you go to Kalindi, you go to Yamuna, take bath there, and after bathing, you perform necessary regulative principles. So not only was he instructed in the process of Ashtanga Yoga, which is a yogic process, you must have seen yogis sitting and meditating. He also gave him a lot of instructions on how to make a deity out of dirt, out of sand, out of mud, from the rivers from the banks of the river Yamuna, a deity of the Supreme Lord, and worship him. He also taught him about how to do everything in the mood of devotion, and a lot of instructions. The Narada Muni gives him a lot of instructions how to worship the Lord and how to meditate on the Lord. And finally, a process. He initiates him in a particular mantra, which is Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. And then he chants that mantra, he performs the different limbs of Ashtanga Yoga in a mood of devotion. And finally, he sees the Lord face to face. So basically, he was initiated by Narada Muni. Okay, but however, remember here the focus is the river Yamuna. Yamuna is a very, very pure river, like Karthik was mentioning. You can, when you bathe in holy rivers, you deposit your sins there. So it's a very purifying place. It's a very purifying place. So our focus now today is about rivers. Okay, because this is a problem that is happening everywhere in the world. So it's not something that is just happening in India. The city of Chicago, some years back, during if you all know the modern American history, if you have studied, yes, Haripriya, did you have to say something?
Yeah. When you said earlier that Ganga was white, I assume that must have been like back then before humans put all this trash, because now thanks to everyone polluting, Ganga is like brown.
Yeah, exactly. It's brown. Yeah, it's even it's like whatever. It's any other color too. Yeah, you're right. So even the river that flows in Chicago, I forget the name, but it flows in the center of Chicago. It was like a small creek kind of a thing or a river. And even now we go boating right in downtown. They just take you in a boat and they show you all these huge buildings for those who have been to Chicago. So even that place, it was highly industrialized some 100, 200 years ago, and people were dumping all the industrial waste there. And it had become so polluted, and there was the Great Chicago Fire, right? Haripriya, yes.
I just wanted to say one more thing. Like a while ago, during like the Industrial Revolution in America, there was this one river in Ohio, and there was so much trash and oil in the river that somehow the river caught fire. Even though that should be.
Exactly. Yes, there was so much trash and oil because of industrial revolution that the entire thing caught fire. Yes. So this is again, it's not a problem that is problem that is focused only in the east or in the west, only in India, not in India. It's not like that. It's everywhere, right? So we have to respect our rivers. Now here comes your task. I'll divide you into two groups. Group one, okay. You will have to find out the reasons why rivers get polluted. What could be the reasons? It can be physical reasons, like, okay, they're really throwing trash. That is one reason. Or it can be the consciousness, the mentality of people. Okay, so you have to brainstorm together. You'll find out the different reasons why rivers are getting polluted, and you will also list what are the ways spiritual books like Bhagavatam, Bhagavad Gita educate us about the pollution of rivers. Are they giving you some insight into the importance of rivers and you should be respectful towards rivers? Are they giving insights? That's all you have to find out. Now, group two will find the solution. Can we preserve the rivers by taking steps to respect the rivers, both spiritually and materially? So, what are some of the steps you would take to preserve rivers, to prevent pollution of rivers? What are some of the steps you would take in a material way, like, for example, campaigns or awareness? Those are material methods. What would you do on a spiritual level? What is done in a spiritual level? Like, I'll give you an example. For example, the scriptures, they talk about rivers being holy, right? So they are worshipable. So how would you treat your mother? So like that, these rivers, they give you these values. I mean, these scriptures give you values about rivers. So you'll have to look at the spiritual side of it as well as the material side of it. That is what group two will do as a team. You will come up with this, you'll brainstorm and come up with a list of things to find a solution to the current problem. And group one will understand how they are getting polluted, okay, how it is happening. And are scriptures even talking about it? That is something you have to find out. But group two will will give the solution of the preventive steps, and they will also tell you what spirituality talks about rivers and on a material level what can be done to save rivers. This is not even a big Bhagavatam task. It's a general knowledge task that will help you understand that rivers must be preserved and respect our goddess Ganga, Yamuna, Narmada, or even goddess Tigress, or goddess Nile, or even goddess any other goddess you can think of. Okay, so basically respecting rivers. That's what we are doing in this series. I'm going to break you out into rooms. Let me see. Hold on. Stop screen share. You can take a screenshot, or you can remember your tasks, or I can actually send the slide on the group so you don't have to worry about what your topic is. Putting you in breakout rooms.
Yeah, I did multiple sharing, Mataji.
Yeah. Okay, let me. Actually, we do this manually, Mataji. Hold on.
Yes, Mataji, we do it manually, and we put only one room. One room we will have here. So that something is also going online. Yeah, that's what we do usually.
Mommy, which
Okay, so only Chinmay is with us. Let me bring somebody. Let me bring Smriti here. Mataji, I'm not host.
No, Mataji, you can still do. You are co-host, right?
It didn't let me host.
No, usually anybody can do it. Host or co-host both can do it. That's okay.
It's not letting me join any room.
Okay. Mataji, can you give me co-host? I will deal with that.
Okay, yeah, Haripriya and Chinmay, can you stay on this line, on this group itself, on this room?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, and I can give both of you co-hosts so you both can work. And in the remaining, can work together.
Mataji, is the cohort for screen sharing permission?
Yeah, it should have.
Because we already have screen sharing permission, and plus I can't share my screen.
Did you close the rooms, Mataji?
I don't know what happened. I didn't close anything.
It got closed actually. Linda, can you give me your hand?
Okay, let me do something.
Shall I do the breakout, Mataji?
Yeah, because it's just behaving very weird. I don't have any control now. So can you please do it if you're able to do it?
Yeah, sure, Mataji, sure. I don't know. Why is it recreate the breakout again? Create, assign manually, recreate one room. Yeah, I'm going to send 3 kids in that room. One is Haripriya, Karthik, and Tulsi Manjari in the other room. Okay, is that okay, Mataji?
Yes, sounds good.
Yeah, so I'm going to open. Yeah, I opened the room. Now we have here Smriti, Haripriya, and Mia. Okay. Smriti, Chinmaya, and myself. Okay, we 3 will be here.
Okay.
Yeah, just 3 1 day. Okay. So our task is A or B? What we are going to do?
A only, Mataji.
A. Okay. They will do B. Okay. Hope they know that. Otherwise, I can just go there.
I can tell them, but only thing is, hold on. Yeah, I can go tell them. Yeah, I'm able to join now. Okay.
Okay. Okay. Now go, Mataji. Tell them that they have to do B and we will do A. Okay, Chinmay, you know the question, right? Yeah. Okay.
Yes, Mataji. It
Okay.
was
Smriti is
what were
sharing.
the civilizations mentioned in the scripture?
And Smriti is sharing.
What's the question?
What God was just mentioned about that?
Can you increase the size what you're writing, Nana? Smriti? Yeah, now I can see. Yeah.
How rivers are getting polluted.
We have to give answers with the spiritual way. That's what's our thing.
I think there was like material ways and spiritual ways, like about how it's saying in the scriptures and how it's not getting polluted.
Okay. Okay.
Mama, do you have a stapler somewhere here, or can I just glue it?
Okay, I'm going to text you your topic. This is group 1. And you have 20 minutes to work on this at 9:10 or 8:10, whatever, depending on the time zone, we'll merge the rooms.
So, how about we do the material one first?
Okay.
Yeah, got the question. Thank you, Preethi Mataji. So let's start writing about it.
Industrial waste and non-biodegradable usage, like non-biodegradable material usage.
Even we, right? We are making it polluted, right, Smriti? Like we go there and we does not use it properly, and we just try to throw everything whatever we use there, and maybe a drinking water bottle that I used and I just throw there near the river, and it will go into the water.
Anything that is not used in bhakti can sometimes even pollute. But I don't know if it's like rivers.
And also some people carry their soaps to the these Ganges after they take the bath with their soaps that they carry, which is really very bad. That they announce that it's a sacred water you're supposed to not use, and they use the soaps also while they're taking bath, which is really spoiling the Ganges water, right? The river water.
So, shall we put that in spiritual material?
I don't know if it's just me, but for me, Chinmay's voice is breaking.
Yeah. Chinmay, your voice is breaking very badly. Maybe it's because of your internet, Nana. They are using the soap. The other day, Madhva Rock Brand was showing how they were throwing the diapers, everything, all things, they're really not maintaining everything. That it should come from within us, that we are the one who is spoiling it. More than the industry thinks, we are also one. When we go there, we have to make sure that we are not going to spoil that place.
Am I audible now?
Yes, now it's clear.
Yeah. Actually, we have a power cut and
Oh, okay, okay, Chinmay. Even now it's breaking your voice. I think this much is enough for the material waste, so that how it is becoming spoiled. We can write the solutions.
Mataji, the other group's doing the solutions.
No, it is saying write as spiritual books.
Mataji, the other group's gonna do the solutions. So we're doing how they get polluted and what ways the spiritual books educate us about that.
Oh, what spiritual books educates? Okay, okay, yeah, yeah. Even all Srila Prabhupada books says about it, right? Especially Nectar of Instruction. Like in Nectar of Instruction, it is said, right, how it is very important to stay in the holy Dham, and even in the holy Ganges, like Radha Kund. But how we, even in the Nectar of Instruction, it is said that how we should not enter and take bath. I don't know which verse. It is like we need to just put some drops on our head. I don't know if it is clearly said there. I read, I don't know where I read.
can you hear me properly now?
Yes, we can.
So maybe you can just copy what I sent in the text.
Yeah.
If there are any grammatical mistakes, you can correct them. I wanted to say that, yeah. Does it sound good?
I'm still reading. Yeah, I think it sounds good.
Okay. The thing is, we can't like search in a specific scripture about these, so it's kind of difficult.
read, Srila Prabhupada always says that pure devotees are more greater than the sacred river, that we need to, take shelter of pure devotees also. So that is also educating about, I don't know how to try to put the point. My point is like, yes, we can take the shelter of the Ganges, but the few devotees are more shelter than this. So that helps us to understand and educate ourselves, right? I don't know how to put that point.
So in the scriptures, I think they said that the pollution of rivers means that it is the return of Kali. I think that's what they meant by the evil serpent. So, and Krishna said that he wanted human beings to be the soldiers to work and fight against the serpent. So I think here the serpent is Kalia. What do you think? Because they didn't mention the name.
Chinay, do you remember where it was mentioned?
Actually, I was just searching and they just had the phrase. They didn't mention anything. What I just saw, I just copy pasted it in the chat.
Oh, Mama.
Would it be like the for this one, like Yamuna, he burns away the sins. So and if we don't, and if we pollute her, then all the sins will like something like that.
Yeah, I can write that because that's the importance.
Actually, there is also one more thing. When this water touch the lotus feet of the Lord, it sanctifies everything. I don't know if you added that point. The Yamuna or Ganges water, it said like when you offer tulsi leaf to the Lord, they dip in the Ganges water and put the chandan on top of it, and then they offer it. So when it touched the lotus feet of Krishna, it sanctifies everything. That's what I saw here in the Srimad Bhagavatam, 19th chapter, 6th purport. Lord Krishna's lotus feet are always being smudged with the tulsi leaf, and thus, as soon as his lotus feet contacted with the water of Ganges and the Yamuna, the river it becomes once sanctified. The Lord, however, contacted river Yamuna more than the Ganges. Yeah. Brinda, don't touch the laptop screen, okay? Can you move away?
So Mataji said like when the water touches Krishna's lotus feet, the water becomes sanctified.
Yeah, yes, water become transfer. Yeah, sanctified. Yeah. Giri Prasad.
Master, do you remember which verse it was in the ninth canto?
What happened, Smriti? I couldn't hear your voice. Your voice is very low.
Mataji, for like the when Yamuna water touches Krishna and becomes sanctified, do you remember which verse it was from?
Oh, that okay. I said right, Srimad Bhagavatam, sanctified. That one you're asking me?
Yes, Mataji.
Yeah. 1 second. I just saw it. Srimad Bhagavatam 1.19.6. In the purport, it is saying.
Thank you, Mataji.
Yeah. The Lord sanctified the river Yamuna from the beginning. Oh, no, this one, other one, I don't know which one was it. Which was it? 1 second, let me check. She's come. Support level series, right? It is not seen yet. 1.19.6. There only. Lord Krishna's lotus feet are always being smurfed with the tulsi leaf. Yeah, that only. Smriti. 1.19.6.
Thank you, Mataji. I think we have enough for spiritual ways. Should we do some more material ways, or are we done for them? Okay. Okay, so who wants to do the first three?
Today you both only do Chinmayi and Smriti.
I'll be the yellow.
Okay.
Okay, so both teams are here, right, in the main room now? I know you're deciding who's going to say what, but I believe both teams are in the main room now, correct?
Yes, Mataji, everybody came.
Okay, so have both the teams decided who's going to say what?
Yes, Mata.
Okay, so since team 2 is ready, we'll have team 2 present first, and then we'll go to team 1 because team 1 is still deciding, right? Who's going to say what? So we'll have team 2 present first.
Mataji, we finished deciding.
You're done? Okay, you can start first, Smriti. Team 1 can present first then.
Okay, Mataji, 1 second. 1 second, Mataji, sorry. Okay. So for the topic was how are rivers getting polluted and which ways do the spiritual books educate us? So the material waste is that one was because of industrial waste. So the waste from all the factories go and they put it in the river because there's nowhere else to go. And also cruises and boat rides, like the big cruises, the cruise ships, they to support all the to support the ship, they use a lot of oil, and the oil needs someplace to go, so they normally pour it in the water. Then some of it's also us because we throw when we're just walking, we throw it in the river, and we think, okay, no one's watching, just this one wrapper, that's it. And then also like some people they use soap while taking baths in the rivers. That it spoils the rivers because the chemicals from the soap go inside the rivers. And then the spiritual ways, I like when she may brought up these two, but when the bhakti in people's heart decreases, the purity of the spiritual bodies, like the Ganges, get polluted as a consequence. And then in scripture they stated that the pollution was the return of Kaliya in a newer and uglier form. And then now they say that Krishna needs human beings to be his hands in the battle, and they need to work together to eliminate pollution in the sacred river because Kaliya is like the is polluting it.
Wow.
Yeah, so these two are said by Mataji and Smriti. When Krishna touches the Yamuna, the river becomes sanctified. And this is said in 1.19.6. And because the Yamuna, it is the beginning of these transcendental pastimes of Krishna in this world. And the second one is Mishri Yamuna, who is the daughter of Surya Deva, a drop of whose water destroys the sinful reactions of the people, who creates a great flood of confidential, pure devotional service to the Lord, Nandanandana, and who brings auspiciousness to they who desire to live on her shore or is purified. So like whoever stays near the Yamuna and has bhakti towards Krishna and Yamuna, they're always sanctified and pure. And the last one is from the teachings of Lord Chaitanya, where it says that the Yamuna is the Ganges, Paragya is the confluence of the Ganges and the Yamuna.
Yeah, very nice. Very, very nice. I'm so amazed at where all you got all these references. You even went to Yamunashtakam and you picked up all this amazing, simply amazing. I loved all the references. And I loved even the different reasons that you put out, the material reasons. And the spiritual reason was so sweet, right? It was so sweet. I loved your presentation. Very nice. Good brainstorming and a lot of research and thought has gone into this. Very good job, team one. Very, very good job. Team two. Can we have yours?
So,
So they told us what are the reasons for the pollution. You're coming up with solution to the pollution. Okay.
yeah, how can we preserve the rivers by taking steps to respect the rivers and spiritually and materially?
Yes, go ahead.
First is to pollute less and dispose of your waste properly,
Mhm.
because a lot of it washes into the rivers. So when you're by one, so clean up any lakes or ponds or creeks whenever you see trash. Stop dumping all the already polluted water into clean water. And planting trees along the course of a river prevents erosion.
Excellent. Very nice. I like
Spread awareness and stop people from polluting. Like when you see someone like casually throwing a water bottle into a river or some other smaller water bottle that leads into a river, tell them not to do it and tell them that it's very harmful. And also fix and maintain cars and trucks, because if like the oil or gasoline leaks and it rains, then it might end up in the river. And file complaints against companies and businesses who actively pollute or like dump things in rivers.
good point.
And for spiritual ways, we have worship and take bath in holy rivers, and maintain spiritual consciousness while worshipping and bathing in rivers. Because like they mentioned that because people have like, I don't remember exactly what they said, but it was like something about people having less bhakti. That's why the rivers are getting contaminated. So just maintain a good consciousness while worshipping.
Very nice. Excellent. Excellent. Yes, maintain spiritual consciousness. Mhm.
Don't commit any sinful activities when near or around a river. And if you see someone committing sins in or around rivers, stop them and explain why you do. Stop them. Inform people of the significance of holy rivers like the Ganga, Yamuna, etc., and pray that people stop polluting.
Excellent. Yes, inform people the significance. Very true, because they're so holy. These rivers are like goddesses, right? They are holy. So you explain to them about the significance. So beautiful. Great job, team two. Now we have team two glorify team one and team one glorify team two. Tell what you like the most from the other team. Yes, Haripriya.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Hare Krishna team one. I really liked how you had references from like places that I wouldn't normally look. Like you had one from Yamunashtakam, you had from teachings of Lord Chaitanya, and also your material reasons were really good too. Like I wouldn't have thought of the soap thing.
Even I thought so. Yes. Good one, Haripriya. Good. Chinmay.
Yeah, I'm team one, and I liked how they got a solution for everything, and usually they have like a lot of things that are not possible for everyone, but they came up with solutions which are like very small that we can do in our daily life. Like they said to dispose your waste properly, and other ones were also easy to implement in our lives.
Very true. Easy to implement solutions, right? Solution should not become another problem, giving rise to further problems. Solution should be simple, and we should be able to maintain the solution. Very nice. Good thinking. Good. Smriti.
Oh, Hare Krishna. I liked how they had a solution, like I said, a solution for all the problems. And like I liked how they said that, okay, so if someone's doing it, tell them why we don't do it, instead of just saying don't do it. Explain to them why we don't do it.
Correct. Right. That is so true. Because everyone needs reasoning, they need explanation. It's not about instruction, it is explanation that we need to give. True. Yes, Vinita Mataji.
Mataji, very nice, Mataji, as mm, Chinmayi said that instructions that they given to stop pollution is very simple and very straightforward. Just follow them, like how we have a state rules, like to follow to drive on the road, right? It's very simple. Just follow that, you will be safe, and you will be safe, and you'll allow others to be also be safe. So by following the simple steps when you are going to the Ganges, how you have to carry yourself, that makes you safety, and also the people are living, and also others. So it's very nice, the way they brought in, Mataji. Thank you so much for the simple solutions. It's really good. Very nice. Good work.
Yeah, amazing. Very nice. Yes. So to summarize, yes, definitely a spiritual background in Krishna consciousness, like because both the teams, they were able to pull off different spiritual reasons and spiritual solutions, right? So we see it all begins with cleansing the heart. The environment around us can be automatically maintained well if we are first cleansing our hearts nicely. So when we have good intentions, when we think about the rivers in a respectful way, when we think about the environment in a very in a way that we understand environment have to be preserved, rivers have to be preserved. All this comes with a sound Krishna conscious background, right? If we are pious, if we are spiritual, if our outlook is very clean, then automatically things around us will be clean. Just like many of you got many quotes of Srila Prabhupada about Kaliya and other things. That was so interesting, right? Just from a simple pastime of Kaliya, Prabhupada has given so many instructions on how to preserve rivers. So, a sound background in Krishna consciousness and spirituality, to respect our rivers is the first step, because you have to keep the environment of your heart clean. That is the first step. You first take the first step. Like we say, if we have to have a clean country, first we should keep our house clean, right? Like that. So we start from within, and then the externals become automatically clean. A sound background in Krishna consciousness to respect our rivers is the first step towards avoiding pollution and saving our treasured rivers. So, Dhruva Maharaj, he chose to stay by the river Yamuna to perform the very difficult task of meditating on the Lord. So for him to execute that task, he needed a nice, pure, serene place. And that place was available for him at that time and age on the banks of river Yamuna. I was showing you the picture of river Yamuna after a big pollution. Look at this. This is all foam, industrial waste. And still there is a Mataji who's going there to offer her worship to Yamuna every day morning. And all that she can do is pick up foam. So So this is the situation. We should not let it go this far. Okay. So thank you all so much. I hope this was helpful. We'll meet again next week with more insights into the conversation between Narada and Dhruva.
Thank you, Mataji.
Thank you, Mataji. Haribol.
Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji.
And all of you did amazing. Very nice. Ending the meeting.